Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spar and Brawl. I hope you're having a decent day as always. I'm joined by my co-host Sam. We're back with a new episode of Progressive World Mini. So as you can tell, I'm not home right now and I forgot my microphone. So my apologies if the audio quality is a bit worse than usual, but that might not even be the case. So as always, you can find timestamps down below and please like and subscribe. So Sam, here's a little quick tease of what we have for today. So of course, Kim, we have to continue, keep our investigation going.
Investigation, sure.
So she put out a video where she literally said, which was more pathetic than I thought, really, how the whole situation was handled.
Andrew?
Yeah, but we'll get to that. Then from there, we'll transition. We have a lot of rising stories or rising and friends, I'm starting to think, or something, but I'll tell you that's
It's
what
not
about.
even, I must say, I can't even watch Rising anymore. It's become so unbearable. It's just petrol and, oh, it's so bad. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny you put her picture up though. It's because she did, yeah, she's so funny. She's
Yeah,
the
she has,
funny. She says, yeah, well, talk about
she has some good stories. We'll definitely get to, she has some good stories. Then I'm pretty excited to talk about this. So RJ Scott did an interview on this book, Sapiens. I'm sure everyone's seen it in all the bookstores, like huge bestsellers. I've even seen they make like comic book or like graphic novel kind of version of it, and there's everything. And I mean, I already had about the book a lot of suspicions, but I didn't know all these things about the guy himself. So I want to, so you listen to the full RJ Scott thing, so you'll tell me about that. But yeah, Sam, I say we get right into it. Not too much of a chit chat. We can catch up on where I am and everything in our
Oh,
Progressive World Mini on Thursday
yeah.
during the weekend. So I don't know. I'll just put this here and go ahead.
No, I think we should tease the Vijay Prashad interview as well.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, I just saw that and okay, I, okay, we have to talk about this. Did I not tell you he wears the tank top with one of those shorts that's in late 90s? Did I not tell you that? Did
Man,
I not tell? And sandals. He's wearing
listen, listen.
sandals.
In the US, a lot of people like wear these shorts because the
I don't
basketball
give a
shorts.
shit.
I'm not too surprised. Where he found these sandals. I mean, listen, I'm honestly not like super stylish and like, in these days whatsoever, but you have to go out of
No,
your
not at
way
all.
to to find
Yes, I
us.
feel. No, man, this is okay. Oh,
And
by
of
the way,
course,
I like to
we're
clarify.
not
I
the
like
only
to talk.
ones. Wait, oh, oops, sorry. I didn't. Hold on. Yeah, no,
No,
it's
I
here.
like to say that, I feel like I like to make fun of people's clothing and stuff, but people were really mean in the retweet
Yeah,
section.
but where are
Are
all
you
the
looking for are you looking for the guy who zoomed on the
yeah,
I'll send you the
where
picture.
did he go?
I took well, a lot of people have since commented. So
Oh, I was here last night.
yeah, I'll send you I took a screenshot. You can put it up.
Oh, Lord.
Like,
That's kind of funny too. It's good to have
that is, yeah.
it. But okay, you
No,
didn't
we
take you
have
for a sense of fashion, but no,
for
I mean,
yourself.
literally, you can't find like 50 or 60-year-old dads wearing these. Like, they'll be like,
Yeah,
no, this is too much. Oh,
this is too weird. Yeah, my dad is not gonna wear. No, I mean, look, man, everything there, the tank top, on like the blue, one of these tight neck, oh my God, it's just everything about this picture. And it's the pants. I don't think your justification for those shirts are, it's like saying, yeah, I'm
no.
sorry, but I don't care if Americans wear it a lot, but it's a still extreme. What
Yeah, I'm
is
just
this?
not surprised. Let's just say, given everything going on. But
And yeah,
and was this
I'm
does this
sorry,
have
but
anything to do with an engagement? Because she doesn't. Are they or do we
I
already
thought
know
she's
that?
married to somebody else. I
Okay, I
thought.
think no, I think she got divorced.
I don't know
You
if
don't,
I know, but is it maybe she's not divorced or even I don't know.
but they're like on a trip.
I must say though, she's not coming off too well in this
Yeah, no, no.
picture. I mean, they're made for each other. They're so made for each other. Though. I
But
mean, it's
Kyle
unbelievable.
outdid himself. I think
Yeah,
he does
Kyle.
it on purpose.
I think so. I mean, to be able to outshine Crystal in terms of like clothes. I mean, she's the sandals. What the hell is going on there?
Yeah, it's too funny.
It's too good. I mean, you even if you wear slippers, it's funny. So I feel like now
Well, yeah.
I mean, he tweeted this himself. So I feel like we are 100% proven right now that these people have no sense of style. Somebody, by the way, in the comments said that Aaron Mattis' hair is Caesar cut. That's not Caesar cut. Yeah,
That was
if you
Bobby, I
wake up
think.
in, huh?
That was Bobby, yeah.
Yeah. Or well, yeah, no, that's not Caesar cut. Caesar cut is there is effort put into that. If you just wake up like that, is not. Okay, don't
Oh,
do it.
Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
This is too funny. I couldn't believe it.
Do you think Kyle ever got laid when he was in like university?
He
Or
probably, I was gonna say he probably looked more normal back then.
that's
But
true. That's true. Yeah, it was more normal then.
and hey, he was popular for a while. He was a big guy
No,
on the left for a while. So maybe he got a lot of chicks during that time.
maybe, but not because of no. That's the thing. Maybe that time, not before. I said university
Yeah.
because no, this before I can see that. Yeah, wow, the sense of a style. Although you never know. But Jesus.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. I just want to make a quick shout out to this story because Ben Norton, rarely listened to him and all that, but here he came on the Katie Halper show, and this is just like a little video that they put on it, and he talks about who is Khashoggi, and there was quite a few things that I didn't know about. I mean, he of course talks about things about before him working with the Saudi government and being part of, of course. In different capacities working in Saudi Arabia and close with the government. But now Ben Norton was kind of saying, but the faction that he supported in the Saudi family, they got, swept aside by MBS. And that's why he was also, he also pretty much, got very horribly and brutally murdered in that power struggle. But yeah, he
call it horrible.
But
it was brutal for sure.
It's good to hear, someone. I mean, of course, it's not surprising it's coming from Ben Norton, but just really put in perspective who that guy is and not just Khashoggi. So if anybody wants to know a little bit more about Khashoggi, great 7-minute video.
I would like to say that I've told you about all of that in our previous shows. Just to
yeah, you talked about
direct, I thought it was cool.
No, for sure. No, you talked about how he worked for Saudi government. Of course, he was like a censor and he worked like in media capacities and all this. But yeah, he also talked.
He was a spy. He was Muslim Brotherhood connected. He was CIA asset. I don't understand. Like, what do you think is gonna happen to you when you start working for CIA? Like, life expectancy is not exactly.
I still lived a decent, long enough life. And the other funny thing that Ben Norton said is like apparently like he mentioned this Qatari foundation who was writing his articles for the Washington Post. He was like he doesn't really write or speak English that well. So.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable since I've come to Iran. How many people I've met that are professors that have translated books, male and female, by the way, I must say. They can't speak English. It's all bullshit. They know somebody who can. They basically put it in Google Translate, then they give it to somebody to proofread it, and then like it's so embarrassing sometimes because I want to speak English, right? Or I want to talk about somebody like somebody who said they translated David Hume and it's published. David Hume, like David Hume, man, it's from like 300 years. You can't read it. It's too, you know what I mean? It's old. And they can't even speak like barely English. It's it's unbelievable how much bullshit is going on. Like,
whole world is a scam, it seems, but
It seems you would think academia would not be, but
Everywhere things like this can happen. But yeah, this is a good video. So of course Sam can also tell you about Khashoggi, but Ben Norton did a decent job here too.
before it was cool, my friend. Before because his dad was so famous in Iran growing
Who?
up.
Khashoggi's
Adnan,
dad?
yeah, the
Really?
biggest. Yeah, he was the biggest weapon sell. Like he was like it, arms dealer. He was famously a friend of Shah, and he may have been even involved in the Iran-Contra affair, Adnan Khashoggi,
Wow.
or his like allies or something. So yeah, it's always been Khashoggi's like more famous in Iran. I would say that. Yeah.
Interesting. And so this guy has a lot of connections because also Ben Norton was at least saying that his wife, who's Turkish, I thought she was
Oh, she's
Prashad.
part of Erdogan's
Yeah.
thing. And oh, sorry, is she part of Erdogan's thing,
Yep,
or
yep.
she's part of Akhwan
No,
al-Muslimin?
no, she said he said Erdogan.
Okay.
He said like I don't know how closely related, but yeah, that's what he brought up.
And as far as, by the way, a lot of Arab nations, Arab monarchies at least, are concerned, anybody connected with Akhwan al-Muslimin is a foreign agent type things, and most like they usually see them as a Turkish proxies. Not so much. They're not connected with Iran or stuff anymore. It's that much, but yeah, they don't like them too much. So yeah, this guy, man, he's a failed son kind of thing. He was a Saudi Arabian. His dad was a big deal.
Well, he also became a big deal kind of in the aftermath, but yeah, this was a satisfying video to watch. It's like, sometimes there's a video you've already visualized it, someone
Yes.
just put it together.
I must
They're
say
so
though, I
satisfying.
mean, I'm gonna go off on Katie Halper probably a bit on Useful Idiots, but she does she could pay the bare minimum attention to her guest. It is getting really rude. It's the whole time that the guest is talking and she's like playing a snakes or whatever on her computer.
I know.
No. Oh yeah, Khashoggi. Tell.
Isn't there a joke in there about Khashoggi? It'll come back to me. It'll come back. And that's why I'm always surprised when she shows up on The Rising as a guest. She somehow has like a story and she speaks for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm like, okay, she's you're able to speak.
Yeah, she needs to be limited. Like maybe I'm like that, by the way. Like she needs a producer because she can't perform in a long format like a streaming. There's 30 minutes of her just going.
I told you about all this from the beginning.
Katie, we can see you.
I was telling you all this. But you were a Katie fan, so I didn't, I was like, maybe I'm not seeing it, yet. Maybe.
You see why am I such an asshole? Because if you're an asshole to people, like right away, they see their flaws. It's not because I'm it's because of a greater good. It's not just because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Katie Halper on her own show, like Katie Halper and also Useful It Kills Me. On The Rising, when she's hosting, like I would love if somebody can time how much she speaks. I think she speaks like, less than half of the second person who spoke the least. Except when I said when she's a guest and they bring her on, she has something, she speaks for a few minutes and then.
I think maybe another reason I didn't notice it till now, we have her on our Patreon now, so I saw the full show and it's just like unbelievable, man. She goes in the middle of it, does her laundry, walks her dog, like not like you where you cut the show and go. It's like the show is going, the guest is cooking there. It's like, oh my god, this is it's like a reality show. It's really...
Yeah. Meanwhile, the money's coming in, but yeah.
That's a good point.
Okay. Oh, this picture is better than that. Sorry about that. So there's the RJ Escal interview, of course, with this lady, if anybody. But yeah, so this is what we're going to talk about. So RJ Escal talks to the lady who is a neuroscientist and
yes,
a writer, yeah, about this book. So I'm sure everybody's familiar Yeah, how familiar are you with it? Have you read it, seen it? Yeah.
Yeah, I read half of it, to be honest. I mean, look, man, I'm a dilettante.
No,
Don't get, you know,
it's a nice
angry at
piece of
me.
fiction. It
Mm.
can be fun to read as fiction.
It's not really, well, I don't know. It gets annoying because
Mm.
it's too, that's the thing.
Too much of a
I find
know-it-all, right? Is that what gets
I
annoying?
too much, sorry.
Of a know-it-all, like the guy he's talking about everything and all that. Is that what gets annoying to you?
I'm, as you know, a self-proclaimed and admitted asshole. So what got me annoyed was, first of all, the fact that other people were reading his books. That was originally like, is everybody? There must be something wrong with this. So many people are reading
Yeah.
it. And especially like older people, liberals, they loved it and they kept recommending it to me. So I started, it's just the claims. I hate when like so it's just kind of like Jordan Peterson. They use too much use of analogies, too much use of like there is a theory about early human evolution, and that is represented as like, yeah, that's definitely it,
Yeah.
kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as a person who thinks he did like some studies or whatever, which I fucked up or whatever, but it's just I've never read a actual scientific social science or even hard scientific paper. I read a lot of neurological papers right now because of my one of my students, and it's just no scientist is that sure, no
Hmm.
scientific claim is that big, you know, and it's just there is so many in his
Yeah.
work.
No,
There is
it's
just so
insane.
many. I hope we can do besides end of history, which I'm preparing for next week. We can do some of. I have some of his quotes highlighted because it's
Mm.
so stupid. Like
Yeah.
it's so outrageous. So that was my main problem with him.
No, I
Like the
feel you.
big, So yeah. But
And
originally, it was literally just the fact that other people were reading his book. This was before I read a single page.
no, I was more open-minded to it because I want a few things. First of all, I just realized this is in French, so I just take a brief history of humanity. So in the book, he
Yeah.
talks of brief history of humanity. But yeah, me, it's also my dad who gave it to me. He read it and then he liked it. He's like, "Oh, you have to read it." And then I was just reading, and the first thing I was like, there's no citation. And it made me think like Norman Finkelstein.
So
He's like, when he looks at books, he's like, academics do this. He goes straight to the citations and looks at the citation. Okay, that's a bit extreme, but I mean, there's like no referencing, nothing. And like he says, a brief history of humanity in a book this thick, he covers all of humanity and everything that's going on from like, way, 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 way before. And yeah, there was just like maybe like a citation here, maybe one there. So I mean, it's just I saw it as a total piece of fiction, as a few pages, and I was like, some of this might
it's
have some truth.
pseudoscience.
Yeah, some of it might be, but fiction has reality in it. Like fiction is not,
No, but this is not fiction. No, you're seriously. I mean, I understand what you're
yeah,
saying and what your joke is, but fiction represents itself as a fictional way to get to a deeper truth, a
yeah,
good fiction. This is
fair
bullshit.
enough.
This is fiction masquerading as real history, or this is pseudoscience to tell old liberals that their life is not bullshit and it's all part of a it's all
Yeah,
self-affirmation, self-comforting. That it's really, I mean, it's more, it has interest. It's kind of like that video you played of the guy who told Joe Rogan about Coca-Cola had coke in it. It has loads of that type of facts that old people go, oh,
yeah.
really? Oh my God, like that, like,
No,
oh, did you know
yeah.
humans used to be like vultures, according to one theory? Like, that type of shit. Yeah.
And I mean, I think from the beginning, he has like a good hook. This is like where the different kinds of humans who kind of existed. I think like he
Yeah.
gets
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody's
He
kind of
starts there.
interest
Yeah.
with that. That was my dad's favorite thing.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too. That was my favorite
uh,
part because, yeah, he talks about if we've had, to be honest, I always
that's
even
more
thought like,
backed scientifically, right? That's
oh, that's
from yeah,
100% back. No, everything he says, there is truth to their theories,
yeah,
but First of all, a lot of them are theories. Second, no, but this is 100%. We've had other, like, that's the thing. Europeans and Middle Easterners probably have more Neanderthal DNA than
That's the
other,
word,
but
yeah.
there is Neanderthals. There is an Asianic sort of thing. There is one apparently near South Africa in an island or something that had bigger brains than us. So yeah, definitely, there's the truth. But yeah, he's just, he's just, creating a narrative.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of spiritual, to be honest, texts, the nicest ones, but it's still a spirituality nonetheless.
Yeah.
So.
And so right now we're only touching on the book, really, because in the interview, which I didn't get to listen to it fully, so maybe you can tell us a little bit more. But there's like a whole, he's like a whole personality and thing.
Yeah, he's $1 million man now. He's got a foundation and he's a guru to the some of the people in Silicon Valley, because again, this is type of shit, Buddhism. That's why Buddhism and this type of crap is very much, again, I'll try to find that article that talks about why Buddhism is the perfect sort of thing for our capitalist stage.
Yeah, it was very interesting when you said that.
Yeah, it's because it gives you are part of a whole, and it's you're nothing in this life. I have a book by the asshole I told you about, the Iranian Jordan Peterson, Jalal al-Ahmad.
Yeah.
I want to read. That's very similar in concept. Khasi dar meiqat. It's about, and I don't know what even that means. I can't try. It means like just being like a dust in a lot of, like, it's like these people are like, oh, we are part of a world, we are nothing special, we need to be just accept. Yeah, it's just bullshit.
But how did he get into that? Like, how is he a spirituality guru? Because I mean, he wrote like
he's
his history kind of, like, I don't understand the connection, how that came about.
He keeps, like, that's the thing though, he keeps giving advice on how you can better live your life, or how he better lives his life, but I haven't, to be honest, read much of it, so I don't know how he transitioned. But it's just because I guess it's kind of like Peterson. He used to give lectures in Israel, like the book is based on his lectures, so I guess it became popular, and he's got a husband and all that. Now they're both into charitable work. He wrote this, do you remember his stupid article about Ukraine? Like, shows he doesn't understand shit about Ukraine or history.
Yes, Jesus, that was early on. Forgot exactly what it said, but that was like another weird moment. But you said the key word there is he tells a story. You have to tell stories.
That's
all about telling stories.
Real life is extreme. That's why I kind of like Game of Thrones, because even though it tells a larger story, in the middle of it you have a stories that suddenly somebody dies. I guess that's what I think. That's what a lot of people connected. Real life is not very, it's not a story friendly, let's say. It doesn't go, real life doesn't go through like arcs. Bad people don't get their comeuppance at the end. Good people don't rise to high level, so it's he's stuff puts everything in a cosmic order, I think. But I must say, if you want some really stupid shit though, his second book,
what's the second one?
Sapiens 2. I forgot. I read like one
chapter, it's about the future or something.
Oh my god, it's literally like 1990s type, like science bullshit. It's just there is gonna be robots and they're gonna control AI. And by the way, AI, one of the biggest sort of moonshines being sold to people right now. So and then there is these different, it's just complete science. At that point I agree, that's not fiction, that's science fiction. It's almost like a coloring book. It's like, what color would you like your robots to be? Oh, purple. So, but I must say, Richard Escow obviously talks about it much more elegantly than we do, and she's a fantastic, I wish we had her name, but she's a fantastic neuroscientist. So she mentions a couple of things, but mostly she's focuses on bigger things, and she
Yeah.
says she's written an article about how this guy's scientific claims are not very scientific.
Yeah, and her name is Darshana Narayanan. So we'll come back to this then, I guess, next time, huh? Look into it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to read some of his more interesting passages in his work.
Nice. Okay, so we'll come
Nice.
back. So I say we switch gears and move on to Kim to make sure to give her due time.
Oh yes, sure. From one great lady to another great lady, I guess.
Okay, Sam, let's continue. Let's move on to Kim now. So this is a very brief video, as you can see here, why Kim Iversen is no longer on the Hills Rising, a message for Kim. And yeah, she said how the whole thing went down, which, I mean, I don't know what the Rising team were thinking. So pretty much she said that initially when they approached Fauci and Fauci's team, if I understood correctly, so correct me, I tried listening twice, it was the Rising team who didn't even put Kim's name. They were like, there will be Robbie and Bachia, but the other lady.
Batul. I love how my joke name. I've said it so much. You're not sure which one is the joke name, Bachia or Batul.
Yeah, so they just submitted their name. That was it. And then apparently, when Kim found out, she's like, "Hey, come on, like ask or something like that." And then they just told her so there was a chance she was going to be included, but then the producers and stuff like, now we made a decision that we're not even going to ask. So according to Kim's story, they didn't even ask Fauci and Fauci's team if we'd like to have Kim, which is, I mean, it makes no sense. It's so pathetic from all kinds of angles if you think about it, because they could have asked. Fauci might have been like, yeah, just like Bobby said to us, I didn't get to respond. Fauci, quote unquote, gaslighted a lot of questions and answers. So it's not like Kim would have put him in like a choke in the corner or something. He could have gotten out of those questions with some half-ass answer. So there's a chance he would have even said yeah. But the fact that they didn't even ask, I don't understand that, because if they would have asked and he said no, then you go to Kim and like, hey, we asked Fauci, he said no. So sorry,
Well,
we're gonna go forward with Robbie and Bachia.
yeah, I think they made a calculation that he's gonna say no if we say Kim.
But
So let's not go there.
and I'm so what even if he says no? It's not like their channel, unless
Well,
the Hill had
I
bigger
feel
connections.
like that's the thing, though. I don't know. That's one thing. Maybe because Kim said, okay, if he says no, we do a radar about how he couldn't face us. And I think that was like them going, well, okay.
True, that's fair enough. But still,
Maybe.
they could have.
Oh, they could have. They should have told Kim in the beginning, we are not going to put your name up, because he's going to say no. If they said it from the beginning, I think that would have been professional.
But then they should have still put it, and he would have said no. And I don't think Kim needed to make a whole radar. She could have just mentioned here and there that the Fauci. We would have known. Yeah, the Fauci team said no, and that's. I guess the Hill really like maybe valued that relation or something.
Yeah, I guess so. They have relations. Maybe, to be honest, you never know. Maybe Fauci did say no, but told them not to say that it's me. So But I mean,
I don't say why he would have said no. I mean, you watched the video, right? He could have gone. What was she gonna ask? Like, are you pro mandate or not? He would have given his same answer. Would have been like, well, we just say, the level of virus. It is the actual local governments that make the decision. So
no,
it is not my place.
Man, this is not just about that, though. At this, like, when you have articles written about you that you do misinformation, like Kim has done, then Fauci is legitimizing her by going and talking to her. Maybe Fauci himself now needs to be. This is a very establishment is a very closed-minded cult. You can't
Yeah, no, you're right.
Go around. But I mean, I'm not like justifying it. I'm just trying to give you their reasoning.
Yeah, no.
I must say though, they lost subscribers. I saw now they were 1.57. Now they're 1.56.
And the video and like the subscribers, that's hard to make a dent, especially like this, because they've so many
this
people have
level.
come on this show, so people subscribe, different people, but their views would also be interesting. Take a look. And yeah, I saw in some of the videos people were commenting about Kim
Yeah,
Iversen, but not as much as I thought. Like oftentimes it is the
yeah.
top video, but the top comment. But then again, you're not gonna go around on random videos nonstop.
Yeah, no, it was funny though. It was because you had a couple of comments that was about the topic of the video, and then you would have one comment. It was a mistake to let Kim go, and then like again, like yeah, I agree. Elon Musk's economy is blah blah, and then another comment, Kim, she was the best. She was the best, and then okay, it was yeah, it was very.
Yeah.
And I must say, what the fuck is this locals thing? It sucks.
Oh
I
my
tried to
God, the
play her
kid.
video like 60 times until I managed to play
Yeah.
it. It's
And that's
awful.
after you made an account, of course.
Yes, of course, after you had to make an email thing.
And the
Which is
preview was 30 seconds.
yeah, that's so stupid. Yeah, the locals, what's his name? Jackson Hinkle is there as well. It's awful. This is awful. Yeah, they need to. It's like a Patreon, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Jackson Hinkle, he hasn't showed up on my YouTube page in ages. For a while,
but
he's
he came
always
back
been.
2, 3 days ago. He's so
Uh,
funny, man. He's got now American flag behind him, and he's like, yeah, oh my god, he plays like Russian Putin's video, Putin being a badass or whatever. He's just gone full on, like he's yeah, so funny.
he loves
I
it.
he loves his patriotic fight against the establishment media. I'm sure the establishment media is suffering.
100%. Okay, anything on Kim? Anything else about Kim here worth mentioning?
No, she did a video on Joe Biden though.
Uh,
Oh, like on YouTube. That's her first video is out.
what does she talk about?
I
Just joke.
I don't
Maybe
know.
going COVID second time. Maybe that's the
Yeah,
topic.
that yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, we here have Mr. Vijay Prashad. So I'm not too sure what your angle is here, where you wanted to go with this. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Your finger came up because I know you're a Vijay Prashad fan. You love Vijay Prashad. So Vijay Prashad was invited on bad faith, and I guess I mean it was technically an interview. I would call it a tea party, but this was I mean, what did you think? But
Yeah, I listened to it a bit. I mean,
it was
he was
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know awful, but he was talking about like different like small movements that happen here and here, and like how unions should behave, and how in India there are different things that have happened. So I mean, I didn't find it to be awful, but I can see.
I found it to be
I thought-
again. First of all, we are treated to the same fucking thing every week.
Yeah.
We have to. Okay, guys, we are doing therapy for Brie now. Why can't in our life? Okay, this is like a personal thing with you, Brie. Okay, it's just like, oh my god, every fucking week, it's just on the show, it's Brie asking some professor to justify her existence and giving her life meaning, and then during calling Brie to tell her how brave it is to ask these questions. So, but then I feel like she was taken advantage of though by Vijay Prashad, because Vijay Prashad just basically said some really nice sounding words and family and helping each other and maybe community, your favorite word, within their community. Why can't we, there are some very simple solutions like babysitting for your grandmother, babysitting for your friend. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like the whole thing was, I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. This is why, and what can we do? Oh, read a book. But, we wrote a really important book with Noam Chomsky. I really hope people buy it and read it. I'm sure, yeah, that's going to be the game changer for our fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it
I
was
mean,
the most ridiculous.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but it was ridiculous. Brie asking, yeah, what are the solutions? And him talking about community and babysitting. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear the babysitting once. I don't know if you're joking, exaggerating there, but yeah, I mean,
No, he
offering,
said that. He
yeah,
literally said that.
yeah, and I mean, he knows more than anyone, like better than anyone, like the macro kind of nature and scale of problems, of things, and then offering these kind of micro
Maybe
little solutions and ideas here. I mean, the biggest thing to talk about were unions. That was one. I mean, and talking about how unions should be more than just during, like, people's work hours. It's supposed to
I don't know,
represent
man.
their
Even that
interests.
sounded a lot
Yeah, that was.
bullshitty. Why they don't do have a child care center? Why they don't do performance art dance and then bring people? I mean, but like, why isn't uni? Nobody wants to go to you because they don't have any money. Well, do you know what? And then he brings up the example of India's Kerala state. I don't know if you know this, but they have like one of the longest standing communist parties in the world. Like the comparison is just like as if like, yeah, they're just this is just another place, just like Texas. No, they have one of the longest histories of a communist state being in power at the state level, not at a federal level. So it's just, it
No,
was very, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in a way, I don't know what else to say to Brido because every week she's just asking the same fucking
yeah.
question. And I don't know what you can say except, yeah, go babysit for your community. Maybe you feel better. I mean, I don't know what, yeah, that's
But I don't even
help.
understand
And
what.
it's been scientifically proven, Cam, you're helping others makes you feel better. What the fuck? Which, can somebody tell me what is this science? Which scientific bullshit
But I
proved
don't know
that?
if it's scientifically
That's bullshit.
proven, but whenever you help or do anything, for sure it feels good. I mean, in Friends they talk about this, like
That's
because
not this
Phoebe does, like, tries to do good stuff, and then Joey's like
Friends, that
anything.
famous journal.
Anything that you do for others, like you feel good yourself though. So that's true. And then
That's the certain conditioning that certain people have had since childhood. A
yeah.
lot of people take pleasure in,
No,
you
oh yeah, you're
know,
absolutely right. I'm pretty much basing
putting
this on
innocent
myself.
animals on fire or whatever.
No, you're
And
absolutely right. It's just anecdotal based on uh my own life. Because I know, like, anytime you just, like, have you have a few like coins on you and you give it to a homeless person, the homeless person feels good, but you also feel good too. What can I say?
yeah, because you
I
got rid
mean,
of the extra coins that
yeah.
was making your pocket really messy. Because I mean,
Scared
look,
of
I'm okay. It makes you feel good. It doesn't matter.
but no,
Feeling good, is
100%.
this
No,
what
no,
we're talking
no, no,
about?
no, yeah,
It
yeah,
seems Bree's show is pivoting towards like, okay, what feels good
yeah.
as somebody on the left?
No,
How
no.
can we justify our existence? As if this is what it's about. Like, go deal with your personal issues.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean,
It's
yeah, and I don't, yeah, it's like from this like show and life, what she's trying to get out of it, and kind of like, what change is possible during a lifetime. Like she keeps asking that. Like, I don't know what change she wants, because changes will happen. She'll see in 10, 20 years, there'll be changes, some improvements and all that. So will you
and
be
some
happy?
probably regression.
Yeah, for sure. But things definitely do happen. So so if really
Yeah,
that is her concern, I can issue her a guarantee. I'll be like, fine, yeah, things will change.
no,
I'll guarantee you that.
yeah, but yeah, she wants it that her actions are contributing to a change that she wants to see happening, but that's not how
Man,
the world works.
I
So
know.
yeah.
And I mean, especially like, with the reach. I mean,
And then
someone,
Vijay
Jared.
Prashad is saying you should babysit your community. So
Yeah. I mean, on
fool
this
yourself.
YouTube world, we really need to realize, on the left progressive YouTube world, that even if media had transformative powers, not with reaches of like a few thousand views of the same people watching the same video over and over again. And the other day we talked about Brie wanting to go on Joe Rogan, and I was quite dismissive. I was like, why would he have her? And then Jared in the comment section pointed out, he's had Kyle Kulinski,
Oh, that's
Lee
yeah.
Camp, Jimmy Dore, but I mean, if you go by YouTube subscription like numbers, they're like 20 times more famous and bigger than Brie, right? Like Brie's like Bad Faith thing is somewhere around 50,000. Kyle
That's
was a
high.
superstar once once upon a time in his own a little world, and he was the only one doing it, kind of. So I mean, just I'm just saying this to connect to the point that Briahna's videos are being watched by us too, and like a few
Five
thousand
other
other
guys.
people, and we're all watching all the
Five.
same
It's
channels
not. It's
over
not.
and over and commenting on
Yeah.
them and watching them. So yeah, I just wanted to
No.
bring out how small of a little bubble this is. And that we're in, I would say.
No, and this was like literally, I remembered everything. Like I was almost like becoming a right winger while watching the video.
Yeah.
I was almost like, where is Adam Smith? Where is Adam Smith? Because it reminded me everything I hate about the left. This, it's moralizing and feel good and bullshit BS. Like same, you can watch Jordan Peterson. He says the same stuff.
Yeah.
Stand up for your, clean your room, help your community, blah blah blah, grassroots organization,
Which
blah,
are
blah,
good,
blah,
like
blah, blah.
individual stuff for yourself. It might make
Yeah,
you feel
exactly.
good.
But
That I
you can
believe,
get
like,
that from your.
yeah.
But first of all, have you not seen any TV shows? As you mentioned, Friends. Have you not seen Friends? This is all the topics that is discussed in all the like really average like mainstream
Yeah.
TV shows. That oh, I can't change the world, but maybe I should focus on myself, and maybe that makes me feel better. Like this is like fucking Friends level. We are not talking like HBO level. And you have every week like 45 minutes of an interview has to go towards these shitty nonsensical like abstracts. Like we can talk about India, like you can talk about Vijay Prashad, you can ask him about what is going on with political parties in India, what is the specific thing in this state, what is the cool thing happening in Chile that you're there. No, we're going to talk about 60 minutes about, oh, how do we feel better about our life, that we can change things. Maybe if you babysit for your community, scientific studies have proven, oh, fuck off. Like, Jesus Christ. If I want to feel better, I go torture animals. Joking. But, like if it's just about feeling better.
No.
About feeling better. What are you, 5?
I can't disagree with you too much, especially when, someone like Brie is what she calls herself, a leftist populist who's concerned with people's material, well-being. I'm pretty sure that's like, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but that's almost like a quote of what she said. And these don't lead to any kind of material improvement anywhere in that way. But yeah, I like to concrete stuff in 1 hour and 15 minutes interview about like, if your neighbor, if you see an old lady, try to help her with her shopping. Thanks, Vijay. Really groundbreaking stuff there. That feels good. So yeah, so if you want to feel good, either go help people, or if you're the other kind of person, go go hurt
some kind of a helpless animal or something. Yeah, it's feeling good. It's not it's not a point of discussion when it comes to politics. How do we feel good?
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Let's transition back to the Rising kind of. Well, Kim's no longer part of Rising, but All right, Sam, let's go back to the Rising as promised. We have a few videos here. We're going to play a little bit of them too. Do you want to add any context here, or should I play the clip?
No, it's just I thought these 2 videos, they discussed 2 issues related to transsexualism or whatever you want to call it. And I thought I just for my own clarification, it was nice to get a clarification of where I think are the red lines and where are not. And I thought I asked you what you think. So yeah.
Sounds good. So let's watch a little bit of this.
That drag brunch. Let's play.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, this is a restaurant in Florida, I believe, that like they have transsexual drag shows, and there is a child. Like it's not a restaurant for children, but children are allowed in it.
Yeah, and Ron DeSantis apparently has filed some kind of complaint or something to be.
Yes.
So they look into the restaurant.
They might not get their liquor license.
Oh, yeah. That's a bad one.
Some of that in right here. Here we go. So Emily, I'll start with.
I mean, I'll just tell you the first thing that comes to my mind is that I just didn't think that like you could take kids to strip clubs. That was just a thing that came.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it felt like more like a strip club. But do you think, to be honest, I was like, yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. I don't see any problem with that, to be honest.
I
Their
mean,
child, if they don't wanna,
yeah,
they don't come there. If they have parents.
I don't know, but because so I mean, you're kind of going with her take then, because her take is like, it's your kids and you can
Okay.
do
Yeah, I usually
whatever
disagree with her.
whatever you want with your kids. I mean, I don't know. In general, you can do whatever you want with your kids anyway. But I mean, taking your kid pretty much to a strip club, I mean, it's not the end of the
No, so
world, perhaps, but like what?
no.
But like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really see like
To be honest,
why you
look,
would do
it's not.
that, and it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the mood was in there, like like
Yeah.
and things like that, and like at what age the kid and all that. I mean,
Look, but I'm somebody who's always said, and I believe this 100%, that all the stuff about video games, about movies,
yeah,
about music, about violence, about, oh, if you see violence, you're gonna become violent. All of this is moral panic and bullshit. There is not a single scientific evidence. I mean, there are some scientific papers, but they're bullshit. So, I feel like I can't say that about violence and then about sexuality because I don't see what's like. I was just thinking, like, I allow my nephew to play Mortal Kombat, and it's extremely fucking violent.
yeah,
And it's not like he's gonna tomorrow start going around like started splitting people with his hat or something. So it's this, and I
yeah,
think if you actually make it taboo to children, it would make it more
mm,
attractive to them. So if you're like, oh, don't go there. So and again, like, I don't see, it's their child, they want to go there. I don't see it's not like she did anything bad with the child. She just took her hand, and it's kind of the child doesn't understand. It's fun, when children play like police and robber. It's not
yeah,
like they are literally shooting each other. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. I mean, I
fun.
guess maybe the rest of the environment of that place, I don't know, like. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
even if like
Maybe,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
money in people's underwears and I don't know, slap their asses or something,
That's
like
fine. Yeah,
is that
yeah,
fine? I don't know, in
slapping.
front
Yes,
of
I.
little kids and stuff.
I think
I
yeah,
mean,
it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, fuck it.
I don't
I
know. I have
think
to
it's
think about.
yeah.
And then I mean, she says, we see kids kids see the kids get to see far worse things, and if you go to Miami, like
That's
there's
true.
like topless people walking around places and all that. And yeah, I was like, that's a semi decent point, but her thing was just like it happens, so it's okay, and it's been going on for a long time. I don't know. I felt like her justifications weren't.
Okay, fair. No, but that is so true though. Like, in southern Iran, it's the same. Everybody's like, more naked. Like, it's hot places.
Hmm,
People are less wearing less clothing. Secondly, I would add, like she mentions, the pageants, children pageant, whatever
yeah,
when children are very young. And I mean, that's more fucked up than taking your child to a restaurant and there's a stripper and the kid just for fun, goes, I slap something. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can imagine I've been in scenario because I feel like compared to even my upbringing, we are becoming a bit too uptight about, oh, children, they shouldn't see this, they shouldn't do that. I don't know. Why not? I mean, I don't see any problem.
yeah. I don't know. I see it, but I was like, I was a bit surprised from the video. I was like, okay, and of course
It's
and
yeah,
of
I
course the
wouldn't
caption on the video kills me. Children belong.
at drag shows.
Where would they belong? They deserve to see fun and
Yeah, that's I
expression.
don't know about. Okay, chill out. Fun expression. You see, that's very, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's like, anyways, I don't know. I think it's fine. But I loved her take, by the way. We're going to talk more about it. By the way, look at her now. Look at Emily
Yeah.
Jashinsky now. Just look at her. Put a big, no, put one that is zoom. I just want our audience. We're gonna come back to her looks, but yeah, look at her now. But I would add that she had the worst take though. That I don't think that's right. But for conservatives, like she's just, oh my god, she's just such a child. She's like literally like she's trying to keep her argument consistency as if it's a like a paper for university. Like, I understand this is not something I'm comfortable with, but if we want freedom of expression, this could be a slippery slope. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And
Such a child.
it's like, yeah. I mean, the Rising really lets it seems like your host and stuff to kind of dictate where the show is going and stuff. Because like these few videos, I feel like they were maybe her ideas, and these two
Yeah,
especially,
definitely.
they
I
worked
feel like they're
together,
going
and they
right
had
thing.
just done a video together like the day before or something
Oh,
apparently,
really?
and then they were back
Oh.
on it. I think based on the conversation, I got that feeling. So it's kind of like Rising and Friends. They're like, okay, as a host, you also have a responsibility of bringing two friends on the show per week. So
I feel like the Hill, yeah, you're right. The Hill is what do they call it? Multi-level marketing, MLM. It's an MLM. Like, look, you buy into Hill, you become a host of Hill, but you have to add 3 Hill hosts in the next 3 weeks. And then they have to add another 3 guest hosts. Yeah, I think that's why Kim was fired, really. Or
She didn't bring
was
any
had
friends.
resigned. Like, yeah, she couldn't find enough like people to justify.
She's like, listen, all my friends are in California.
Sorry.
Okay, God. But
Okay,
yeah, I mean, this was a far more,
that's what
infuriating, problematic video to listen, to contemplate, to think about,
No, this one was kind of easier for me.
Yeah.
First of all, look at Emily now. I mean, I don't know who's doing the makeup in the studio, but they need to chill the fuck out. You don't need to put her hair up this much, and then the makeup, it was very badly done. Let's just, I mean, the heel is just awful. Their costume department sucks.
But she has a confusing thing going on. I don't think anybody will believe that she's 29 because of, I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, personality of a 70-year-old and the looks of much older lady. But
yeah, give some context of the video.
Yeah, this one is about a 12-year-old who is born a female. He's a 12-year-old. His parents are divorced, and now it was shared custody, except like it was like weekdays with the mom, weekends with the dad. And now, like over a year ago or something, I don't know when, she went to her dad's house and she said, I don't want to go back to my mom's because I feel that she doesn't acknowledge my true identity, because my true identity is male. And then that's the
I don't want to show her, actually. I'm not comfortable in this video, and the other one, they show kids.
That's good.
They shouldn't.
I mean,
even,
look, I
mean, that was put on social media, but yeah.
It's okay. I think it's okay these days. Who gives a shit? Social media is nothing anymore. So, and then the mother is trying to, get to have a relationship with the child, but the child is reluctant and doesn't want to because she feels she's a he, and her dad or his dad is more affirming and positive about that. And in this specific case, I'm sorry, but I completely, what the fuck? Like, fuck that child. Shut the fuck up and come back home. Like, this child needs,
but apparently it's the court, though, that like gave the final.
Exactly. Yeah, well, but court decisions are all political, though. That's like, why do you think they're...
But how can the mother fight that? I mean, like, and the kid is getting his or her way, and exactly, but
according to this report, the main reason for the fact that the mother, it's not there is no other circumstances that the mother is abusive physically or something. That's the reason the report. If the reporter is telling the truth, fuck that child.
Which is
shut the fuck up. Until you're 18, you're not allowed to have any ideas. Just go back to your fucking room. I mean, this is
but really, that's what happens with divorce. In divorce cases, apparently, like, they bring kids, really young kids in courts, like 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and they get them to pick who. I've heard this, I'm not 100% sure, someone correct me, but they get to pick who they want to stay and stuff with.
No, it's not. They don't get to pick, man. Nobody gets to pick.
But they give their opinion or something.
Yeah, they get to give their opinion. The judge gets to hear their opinion. And, sometimes, for example, sometimes the kid loves to stay with a dad who allows them to drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes underage. But the fucking judge should be like, okay, you might prefer that, but no, that's not good for you. You're going with your mom, or whichever is the case, right? So 12-year-olds are not old enough to fucking know anything, let alone know their own identity. I mean, I'm 30 fucking. I mean, most people don't know their identity when they die, and these people are like, I identify. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Go back to your room. Finish your math home. This is what happens when, at the same time that I don't think children should be limited in what they are allowed to see. I think they should be limited in what they're allowed to, experience or live as. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, this
I swear to God, man,
only
I
arises.
really wanted to slap.
But I mean, this situation only arises because I mean, not only, but because of the divorce dynamic in play, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, because if there was no divorce dynamic in play, there would be no judge getting involved in all this. And exactly, you can tell your kid, yeah, sure,
no, you could,
identify as you wish, and I'll see you at dinner.
You could sue for emancipation.
As a 12 or 13-year-old?
Yeah. Emancipation.
I mean, how would you even know how to do that? Like, at that
usually
young of age.
Usually child artists or child stars, because they gain a lot of money and their parents
exactly. But she wouldn't have. But no, she wouldn't be able to do it.
It's unlikely. I know you're right. It would have been very unlikely, and it's probably the father or the stepdad, whatever. He's probably, I would guess, using this as a cudgel in the
because apparently because I remember she actually said she had the kid for pretty much 7 nights or 6 nights. Like, I mean, more than weekdays. Weekdays and perhaps a little bit of the weekend as well, because there was
she stayed at her father's, I think, once a night, once a week,
exactly. So I mean, so that could have just come from there, and the father's new wife.
Or it's just the fucking kid whose parents are going through a divorce trying to get some fucking extra attention, like most kids whose parents going through a divorce do. Like, that's one of the biggest dangers about this identifying and thoughts. By the way, people keep saying, oh, your takes on transsexualism is cringe, and somebody can direct us to some scientific readings instead of just saying you're cringe or you're wrong. That would be appreciated. I would like some saying, like, what is non-binary? Can somebody, except intersex people? I don't count that that's intersex. Well, anyway, that's the nonsense that 13-year-old now. This is ridiculous. Seriously, this is why we need to legalize a slapping of kids. A slapping with an open hand, open palm is okay. Come on, like not a fool, like
You don't need that. You don't even need to do. Your parents tell you to do something and you do it. As a kid, they're like, yeah, you have to go to school. And then when school is over, they're like, you have to go to university. And you just go, like, fine.
All right. Can I not? No. Okay. All right. Go. It's just fucking children being told that. I mean, I was one of those annoying children that always had opinions about shit I never understood, but thank God there were people telling me shut the fuck up and you don't know shit.
But I honestly think
nobody hits me.
The word like identity, there's no way I would have. I'm not talking about in this context, just in general, the most basic definition of the word identity. I don't think I knew at the age of 12. When I think back on my childhood, I didn't know anything.
I mean, look, I knew a lot of facts about like the Mongolian Empire and stuff, but like identity and that type of shit, too abstract and too. I mean, I'm not even sure I have an identity. Like, it's such a. I mean, and now, I feel like a woman. I feel like a man. Fuck off! Stop talking about your feelings. People need to be banned from talking about their feelings. Just, that's.
But I mean, this is a. But there's definitely the divorce angle case in this whole one.
I mean, that's true. I mean, fair enough.
And then I don't know. Then we have one more. Just I didn't know what this was about. I tried a few times to listen to this video. I never made it past a few minutes.
It's just Emily Jashinsky, man. Is she's equivalent of one of those Taliban ladies I told you about that go in Afghanistan and no, free television is disgusting. Television corrupts our children's mind. all her segments is all about like how internet and bad media and Facebook is ruining. Like nobody's using Meta, and she's making a segment about how Meta, like what 5 people are using Meta, I believe, and they're like
Yeah.
what Zuckerberg's wife, like you know. And I mean, the hill is unbearable now. Man, I can't believe like we defended them for what they become. Ryan Grimm does segments about how January 6th is actually making a dent. And I think people are actually, you know, waking up to some of the things. Did you not see that? And then Emily was like, yeah, I think now people are
They go
paying
well
attention.
together.
I mean, they're two fucking idiots. That's, I mean, I feel bad for Emily because she's just such a kid. She's like, I want to grab those chicks. Like, she's just like, you know, she's basically, we found out like 14. She looks like 100.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, they're awful. They're awful. Like literally like, you know, like, yeah, media is bad. And now, yeah, you know, January 6th hearing, they're gonna, you know, rally people, you know, to come out and vote. It's awful. And then Brie being condescending. It's just, I can't
Yeah, I
watch
know,
it.
but Bree's too funny. Like, even though like a lot of times I agree, like her tone and approach is just so funny because it
So
contrasts
condescending.
fully from everybody else. And where it's like, yeah, this, what do you think? Robbie like says something, then like
Yeah,
he's
she
like, actually,
literally
never
told
mind.
Robbie. Yeah.
And then she's
Yeah,
like,
Robbie,
okay.
I think we all know where you stand on that, but we are trying to explain this for the Jesus Christ. Like, oh my God, they all suck. They like, gee, like, yeah, you all suck. Really terrible. Work on your presentation skills. And this is coming from somebody who has no skills
Yeah,
whatsoever.
not that we're any better, but you can still criticize. You don't have to
No,
be
we're
good.
awful.
Yeah. You don't have to be
Yeah,
good at
yeah.
something to recognize another person is not too good at it.
Yeah, actually, if you're awful, it's easier to recognize awfulness in others. But yeah,
But it's
Jesus
funny, but I
Christ,
feel
do
like
better segments. Do something. Like, yeah, just bringing a child and a boomer.
but he doesn't talk too much now. Like in the few videos that I watch, is he going down the Robbie route of just like you don't talk much? You just
Except in his
sure.
radar. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's very like, like he doesn't disagree. He goes, okay, all right, all right. He does that a lot. But it's just nonsense, man. It's just real nonsense. Like her segments are genuine, like, you know, she's literally like a, you know, Ted Cruz type. Like she's at that level of intelligence. We're
Yeah.
talking again, single cell type thing. And then yeah, Brie being so condescending that actually makes me want to become sort of like a extreme right winger. Like really, Brie is the type of person just because of the way she argues in the class, I would have argued with her in university. That was like, I would have, just because I wanted to, like, you know, make her annoyed, you know,
Yeah.
just because she's so fucking you should care about this, what about the radio? Shut the fuck up. So yeah, I hate all of the Hill now. It's just become intolerable.
I feel you. And I think you made a good thing here to suggest that we're here in this other story where we talked about the divorced kid. It was her reporting and all that, and yeah, nothing can be trusted. So just to
I swear to God,
there.
I don't. Yeah, tomorrow you find out that the child was actually intersex. The mother was chaining her to the basement or something.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not responsible for anything I
And
say.
she's not a reporter. She's a policy analyst who works for a specific organization. So I mean, of course, she has the organization. Yeah, no, it said here she's policy
getting
analyst.
worse by the second.
Policy analyst. Come on, at some kind of organization. Now they're not putting it. Yeah. Oh, senior policy analyst, Independent Women's Forum. Yeah, she was kind of presented as a reporter who, you know, who just covered another story.
She didn't lie, Lester.
Okay, so as I had mentioned, this was going to be relatively a brief show. So I cut off Sam too early here. So we're just going to talk a little bit here about Katie Halper, Useful Idiots, and then we have one more story left.
Look, man, I need to talk. As you mentioned, there is literally like 50,000 people that watch all of the progressive YouTube whatever shows, and there is like 5,000 of them that that watch all of them, and there's about 3 of them that watch our show too. So can other people bring this up, that I didn't pay for Useful Idiots subscription to see Aaron Matta and Katie Halper do the same thing every fucking week? Like, it's getting really annoying.
Yeah,
Man.
I don't watch
It's
it.
like,
But so what? They
yeah, I
still
know. I
cover it's
don't.
the morning Sundays, and they focus on Russia, Ukraine on the Sunday
Oh yeah, I
shows?
don't watch the interview stuff at all. The interview stuff, I mean, it's just crap now. But sometimes even they don't, like, Democrat sucks, Republican sucks. This is weird. This is this is weird. This is awful. This is terrible. It used to be funny. It's not funny. It's all about the thing. Aaron Matta is only interested in, Democrats are, awful, and empire. Republicans are awful too. Empire, 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 empire. Katie Halper is just basically half silent, half eating her food, salad sometimes. Like, oh, what's happening? Yeah. And they have a producer as well. I love that.
I don't get
It's just because it's such a complicated project they're doing there. I mean, like, this is ridiculous. Like, yeah, just put like the minimum effort of, like, people are watching you, like, have something to offer. Like every week, same thing. Like, like, not even same thing with new characters, same character. Oh, Adam Schiff. Oh,
yeah. And it's like, I mean, that's
man.
Aaron's thing. He covers that. He works like that. So I mean, to each
He's
their
a
own. But
reporter.
but it doesn't really go well with that podcast. It just becomes too repetitive. Of course, we also always cover the same stories. I mean, everything we say, everyone can kind of apply to us to an extent too. But they're bigger, and some of these are far more. Yeah, I mean, I stopped watching the Useful Idiots show because it was the exact same one over and over and over again,
no,
and that his
they've
beat,
done
and
with,
and she has no contribution, like
literally
just her name
they don't do.
contribution.
Yeah, she get, no, I guess she's the booker of the show as well.
Yeah,
she can get good guests, but yeah, she literally adds nothing. At least with Matt Taibbi, there was a funny thing going on, that she was like the more lighthearted. He was serious. Sometimes he wouldn't get her jokes. It would be awkward, funny. Nothing is going on now. It's like literally not. Oh, do you think this is bad? Yeah, it's bad. Oh, subscribe and like, guys. Subscribe and like, guys. Half an hour of Kate telling us that, oh, why don't you subscribe and like and share and whatever the fuck. Oh, we have only half of our viewers. Oh,
I guess she does play an important role then. But
like,
if I were them, I would save money with the producer. I mean, I don't understand why why they're spending money on the producer.
It's a for jobs program to get to see how many. I don't understand what is the producer's contribution there either. I mean, the producer is actually the only one working. He's the one because it's so funny when something goes wrong with their video. They both just like, okay, it's exactly like they're in front of a fucking magic mirror going, magic mirror, show me, like.
And they're like, oh, I sent you this video. I can just imagine the way they send videos to that poor guy. Like, he wakes up, he has like 2 on his WhatsApp, there's like 1 email to him, 1 left in the comment section
properly.
So this guy just has to figure out like where all these things
how much do you think they even do do you think they even prepare like a Google document before they do a show weekly? I mean,
the way Katie does stuff, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I have a feeling, it's, and then I love on her own show, which is like 6 hours long, includes her own like cooking and mowing the garden, walking her, and all. Yeah, you guys are here because of this stuff, right? Of the technologically bad stuff. And no, Katie.
We are here because we have fucking great guests. Yeah, and there's not much to watch out there. But okay, let's move on to our final story for right now. So what's this all about, Sam?
So I hope to come back to this. This is Masih Alinejad. I've talked about her before. She's one of the most evil people on earth. She's an Iranian dissident who apparently from America. I mean, this is basically a biographical piece by New York Times that is making her look like a hero because a man with a loaded with a AK-47, they arrested a guy near her house. They say maybe, I don't know, I don't think so, but the FBI is thinking maybe Iranian government may be involved stuff. This lady is a vulture. She's worse than a vulture. Sorry, no offense to vultures. She's a piece of shit that she used to be a reporter in Iran. And these pieces of shits were the reporters in Iran that used to say, go vote for the reformists, go vote for the reformists. She used to work for a state television, like anybody worked for a state television back then, not now, especially back then. Her family, her whole existence was connected to the regime. She's a regime stooge. She is a stooge of Islamic Republic. And then because as same with she's Jamal Khashoggi. She's Iranian Jamal Khashoggi. She's then because of hijab and stuff, she went to America and she has a program on VOA, Voice of America, which is America funded. She met with Mike Pompeo. She does this. She is one of the biggest pieces of shit who has done more to damage Iranian women's freedom movements than any other single individual. Because whenever a woman who oppose hijab, which I do, every other woman I know does to all. It's something that is talked about on Iranian state television, right? It's not a illegal subject to talk about, right? She pretends it's an illegal subject to talk about. She goes fear mongers about Iran. There is no freedom of speech in Iran. In Iran, if you're a woman, you're beaten the shit out of every day. First of all, good luck beating the shit out of an Iranian woman. They'll probably punch. I mean, not that I'm saying we are terrible on women's issues, but this piece of shit just fear mongers, lies, and it's just the Karen, just the Jamal Khashoggi mixed with a Karen. And now she's got an American passport recently. So it's not just about Iranians. Islamic Republic comes after American citizens too. American government should pay attention. American citizens. Oh, go fuck
Jesus
yourself.
Christ. I mean, I think the fact that you work for Iranian state TV, and then I think 3 pieces of information said everything. Then Voice America, and then she's met like Mike Pompeo and all this. I mean, that's more information than anyone needs to make up their minds. Like information overload.
She's less than scum. And by the way, I'm sure she's faced discrimination when she was on a state TV. Any fucking woman who worked at a state TV did. It's not like unique to her. Any woman in Iran or anywhere in the world has done it. It doesn't justify becoming a fucking asshole or a propagandist for weapon salespeople. And I would add that there is a lady on BBC Persia. She was also a presenter for BBC, a state television in Iran. She went abroad. She's a paragon of journalistic virtue. You can agree or disagree with her, but she's not, she's what I think everybody would. Her family name is Ghazizadeh, I forget, but it's not about just like you can be better. It's just this person is oh my god, I just want to. I want Aaron Matt or somebody does a piece on her to reveal her funding and all that. She's such a piece of shit. I really cannot wait. I hope
Aaron or Max. Max specializes on individuals as well.
By the way, exactly, Max Blumen. I hope as an Iranian citizen, I definitely hope Iranian government get a hold of her and brings her to justice. She can be definitely tried for treason, for incendiary activities supported by foreign governments. She's by any standard a spy, and I hope whenever she sets her foot back in Iran, she's arrested and put in jail.
I don't know about all that, but I mean, just if she could just be ignored some other way, that would be great.
That would have
Mm.
been great, but she wasn't ignored, and now she has done lobbying and stuff for
Yeah.
organizations that are most evil. So, not that Islamic Republic is not necessarily
No,
evil, but I'll take them over her any day.
exactly. And I thought you're a good
Gotta pick your
person.
enemies.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice to put in. Any final words concerning anything?
No, I mean the news here was that she was target of a kidnapping
Yeah.
plot or whatever. But I mean, last year that's bullshit too. By the way, she's just a fucking Karen, and a lot of people hate her. So I wouldn't be surprised some crazy Iranian or
Yeah,
some
of
crazy
course. Yeah.
person takes a gun and goes near her house or something.
And of
Because
course, nobody
in
should do
America we
that.
can.
But yeah.
Nobody should do that. No. But if she
Yeah.
sets her foot back in Iran, or if Iranian government can get a hold of her, they should certainly bring her back for trial and hopefully prison time.
I don't know about all that, but we shall see. But okay. All right.
Iranian government might put me in prison any moment. So I don't know why am I
Take
defending
one of
them,
your
but
books
whatever.
with you though as you go.
They won't let you. Most of these books are banned. The comic book
Sapiens?
books
Can you
with
take Sapiens?
Sapiens was banned too. Sapiens was, it's so funny in Iran is as always the book was published, licensed, everything
Yeah.
published. When it achieved high sales, then they suddenly okay, ban it, guys. Now ban it. So now it's you see it everywhere on the streets, everywhere,
Yeah.
but it's banned technically.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully the audio was relatively decent and we should be back with a bigger show this weekend. So please leave all your comments, questions, criticism down below. Make sure to get to them. If not, please like and subscribe and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.